Senator Ned Nwoko, representing Delta North Senatorial District in Delta State, South Nigeria. We are glad to have you on this interview.
Thank you.
We learned that you have defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the ruling Progressives Congress. Can you confirm this?
Yes, I have moved to APC. I am now a card-carrying member of APC, and I have resigned formally last week from PDP.
So why did you defect from PDP to APC after being a card-carrying member for over 20 years?
PDP is in disarray. You know, you've seen the fights on television. You've seen the crisis-ridden party that everybody, we had hopes. We had hopes that PDP could be a formidable opposition. But that wasn't what I saw, or what I experienced in the past almost 2 years. There's no opposition really in Nigeria. There is absolutely no opposition, and it breaks my heart to think that this is the kind of democracy that we have. You know, I thought having an opposition that is vibrant, that is protective of the interests of the people, will help grow our democracy. But that hasn't been the case. We in PDP, at least in the Senate, we've been like a sheep without a shepherd because of the fighting at the national level and also the disunity at the local level.
You said PDP is in disarray, and you've also highlighted the issues playing in PDP. PDP is not a strong opposition, and in Nigeria today, we don't have opposition, in your words. This is a political party that you've been for over 20 years, and similar situations have played out. Board members have been changed time without number, crises have come, reconciliation committees have been set up, and the party moved forward. What is different this time that made you change your mind?
Because the problems are intractable. The problems are not solvable from what I have experienced in the past 2 years. You know, even when the party congresses were conducted, everybody was on their own. The party hierarchy didn't know what to do. It was about, you know, there was no Congress that you say is democratic. It was all about how much money anybody can spend. And you know, there was no level playing field.
You said 3 things that I really want you to touch more on. You said you defected to APC for the sake of your people, for the desire to get a normal state. And your people are those that have elected you time without number to the political positions you've been. Do you think defecting to APC, you will still get their support in votes? Because Delta State is strong as a PDP state.
The dynamics are changing in Delta. My people are very much aware that the current government in Delta, led by Sheriff, has not been fair to them. He won his governorship because of the overwhelming support from Delta North. And we made promises to our people when we were trying to galvanize them to support the March elections. We made promises, big promises, for water, for electricity, roads, and many other things. But you know, almost 2 years on, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. Many times I had meetings with the governor. We spoke severally on completing the Ogwashuku Dam. It's a big dam that was built so many years ago by federal government. And federal government has said to me in writing that they have finished their own part, that it is now for the state to take over and complete. But all I get is there's no money. And it's the richest state in Nigeria. PDP a long time ago. I would have left a long time ago, but I was just hoping that the attitude of the governor and those around him would change. But nothing was going to change.
Now that you have moved from PDP to APC, what is your ambition ahead of upcoming election in 2027?
Please don't talk about elections. Look, I don't want to talk about elections. There are things to be done. Maybe if you understand my background, I don't know whether you know or not. I don't give a damn about elections. I want things to be done now. Do those roads that needs to be done. Do the dam completion, do the power plant completion. Those people who left PDP will come back. But they would have seen that we are serious. They would have seen that we've done something for the people. Not just to go to them and maybe offer them employment. This is the habit. You know what they do? They go to the youths who are very gullible, and they say, we'll make you SA to governor. And they're happy. They clap for them. They pay them 250,000 naira or 300,000 naira a month. That's not empowerment. That's not how to change the lives of the people. Governors must allow local governments to function. Hopefully, now that they become autonomous to an extent, we can watch them and see how they perform. But people should be able to hold their governors to be accountable. If we don't hold our governors to be accountable, it will become the same repeated stories of lack of performance, of embezzlement, of, once they become a governor, they think that's the end of the world. At most, 8 years, they're out of that place. And how do you explain to even to your people, to your children, as a governor, you didn't build one factory? Not one factory, not one industry, not an airline.
You have the expertise, you have the experience, and you know what it takes to govern a people at all tiers of government. Don't you think you are fit or you are ripe enough to become the governor of Delta State?
I don't want to be a governor. I don't want to be a governor. I contested to be a governor so many years ago. I'm happy to be in my private life or to be in the Senate. If my people so determined. There are other positions. One can rise to other positions beyond being a governor. There are many younger people who are very credible, strong, exposed. Look, to be a governor, you need to be exposed. You can't be a local champion and you think that you can't, just because...
Not a local champion.
No, what I'm saying that, like in APC, for example, in the next government, I'm sure that APC will form the next government in Delta. And we must make sure that the governor, to be, whoever it's going to be, will sit down with us.
There's a popular saying that it rains everywhere. Now you are fully in APC. What if with time you now realize that it is not all rosy as you had expected? Yeah. Will you come back to PDP or move to another political party?
There is nothing rosy about Nigeria. Okay? Just imagine the abuse that the president endured to get elected, and still enduring. The abuse has not ceased. But what I can tell you is this, that I'm going to make hay while the sun shines. I'll be a key player in APC. I will not be an observer. I will not be a bystander. So those things that are for my people must be done for my people. I will remain in APC as long as it takes for me to get things done for the people.
You said your people are suffering. The governor is not taking care of your people as he should. What would you say your constituency projects have done to impact the lives of your constituents? Can't that suffice in any way?
No, then you don't understand what governance is all about. You don't understand. Constituency project of 2 billion or whatever, it's nothing. Boreholes here and there, 3-kilometer road here and there, training programs, sports center. I mean, what is that? Is nothing. You are insulting me or insulting the people. 2 billion is nothing. I'm talking about a state, for example, that has a $1 trillion budget. And what is allocated to my people is insignificant. And in fact, I've been so much disrespected. Our people have been disrespected and ignored. What constituency project is nothing, we have, if you have time to go there to look at them, I will make it available for you. I will get you to Delta with your team to go and, but they are nothing. Boreholes is nothing. You've heard me talk about, I am not an advocate of boreholes because we have to rise to the occasion where we have dams, where we can treat water and stop people from drinking from boreholes that they become sick every time because of waterborne diseases. But if we have a dam with a treatment plant, and then the water is reticulated like Ogwashuku Dam, people will be happy. And you don't talk about boreholes anymore. Who knows the future dangers of boreholes, the seismic dangers? Nigeria is being dug everywhere. Boreholes. I've never heard of borehole in England. Never heard of borehole in America. For water. No, it's an insult to our people in this century.
What do you think about the leadership of President Bola Tinubu? We have talked about the subsidy and other policies.
Look at the reforms on taxes, for example. That tax is people-friendly. It helps the small businesses. It helps those who are not earning a particular amount of money. It helps those who are. It is people-friendly. I'm glad that it's been resolved now. That the governors from the north who are opposed to it are no longer opposed to it because they now understand that having tax laws that are codified, that is brought together under a document that, so instead of having 1 million tax laws everywhere, now you know that it's just these documents. And if you are not happy with assessments, there's a tribunal to deal with it. So there are many areas that I know that the president must touch.
Finally, you emphasized on the insults being thrown at President Bola Tinubu because of his policies, and you've talked about the prospects of these policies for the ordinary Nigerian on the streets who is looking for his or her daily bread on a daily basis. Is there hope under President Bola Tinubu in the next 2 years?
Again, I'm an advocate of the prohibition of use of foreign currencies in Nigeria. Foreign currencies in Nigeria. I said, look, our naira is like the symbol of our sovereignty. You can compare our currency with our national anthem or our flag. You only have one flag, isn't it? You only have one national anthem, and you should have one currency. I've just given you an instance on the economy. The economy is everything. When the economy, when we stop measuring our naira with pounds or dollars, the economy, and we become self-sufficient by local productions. If we begin to, for example, I hope the president will one day say we can ban importation of goods, non-essential goods. And we're able to produce locally. We're able to focus on manufacturing locally, producing locally. We can support local companies, encourage local companies, local entrepreneurs to go into manufacturing. You know, we can become self-sufficient. And when that happens, the economy will be good. And when that economy is good, everybody will benefit from it. Whether you are rich or poor, it doesn't matter. At that point, everybody will be happy. But we must all be prepared to go through a period of planning. There must be a period of planning. When that is done, at least you know that in the next 5 years, 10 years, we're trying to get Nigeria to a certain level. Everybody will tighten their belts. But that must be across board, from local government chairman to governors and to the president. You can't be talking about president, and then governors get money allocations, and what do they change into dollars, and the next time, even the basic things that they should do in their states are not being done. Of course, some governors are good. Some governors are arguably good, I know. But there are also some that are not so good.